Shiva once destroyed those who loved him, even though he didn't want to. He wiped out the 3 formidable cities where they lived. But why? And how did he come to be known as Tripurantak? The story begins when Tarak, a mighty demon, was slain by Kartikeya, the son of Shiva, in a fierce battle. His 3 sons, Vidyunamali, Tarakaksha, and Kamalaksha, were left with nothing. No father, no kingdom, no future. At that moment, they could have chosen revenge, but they chose penance. In a cave on Mount Meru, they devoted themselves to Brahma, the god of creation. They lit fires in the scorching summer heat, stayed out when heavy rains battered them in monsoon, wore wet robes in the freezing winter cold. For many years, they lived only on air. Their intense penance shook the heavens. And Brahma finally appeared.
Hey Brahma, the Lord of creation, grant us immortality. Let no god kill us like they killed our father.
Brahma rejected their request. So they came up with a different strategy. They asked for 3 immortal cities instead, in 3 different celestial realms. Tarakaksha asked for a city of pure gold. Kamalaksha requested one of shimmering silver. Vidyunamali desired a mighty city of iron. Their request was that these 3 cities could only be destroyed when all of them aligned. And this would happen only once every 1,000 years. And only if Shiva's arrow struck all 3 at once. Since the brothers were devoted to Shiva, they believed he would never act against them. And with Brahma's boon, they would be safe. This way, they had made themselves invincible. Brahma agreed. He summoned Maya, the divine architect, to bring their vision to life. 3 cities rose across the cosmos. Together, they became Tripura. The 3 cities even the gods would envy. And for a time, Tripura was paradise. The cities were beautiful, the people virtuous. Gandharvas, the celestial musicians, filled the air with songs. Apsaras, the divine dancers, graced every celebration. Every home held a temple of Shiva. Sacred fires burned in devotion. Everyone followed Dharma, the path of righteousness. The demon brothers ruled with wisdom and faith, a perfect setup for successful rulers. But perfection rarely lasts long. Their success soon turned to arrogance and led to a cosmic imbalance in the favor of the demons. This made the gods very uneasy. They were fully aware that only Shiva could destroy Tripura. Yet he wouldn't, as Asurs were devoted to him. So they devised a plan. The gods sent Narad, the celestial sage and son of Brahma, into Tripura. He preached to the demons a life of detachment, from bowing down to Shiva. Narad's influence slowly began to take root. Vidyunamali came to learn of this development, and the ploy began making its mark.
Brother, we've been devoted to the gods for years. How can we just leave them?
We're not leaving them. We're becoming them.
Slowly, their abundance turned to excess. Devotion turned to pride. Temples stood empty. Sages were persecuted. Rituals were disrupted. The demons of Tripura had failed in their devotion to Shiva, and the gods' plan had worked like a charm. Along with Brahma, the gods rallied to Shiva, seeking his help in destroying the demon's pride. Shiva was in turmoil, for these asurs had been devoted to him for years. He just couldn't accept that his followers have left the path of devotion. But Brahma explained to Shiva that undue power had fallen in the wrong hands, and that he must act to restore the cosmic order. Shiva finally agreed and asked Brahma to prepare a bow and chariot. The gods rejoiced and promptly helped create a weapon that the universe had never seen before. The earth formed the chariot's base. The sun became the right wheel, and the moon became the left. The four Vedas manifested as horses. Mount Meru transformed into the bow. Vasuki, the great serpent, became the bowstring. Vishnu, the preserver himself, became the arrow. And Brahma took the reins as charioteer. When the chariot was ready, Shiva grasped his bow. Everyone waited. The cosmos held its breath. For that one moment, for that one alignment. Shiva waited. And then he released the Pashupatastra, his divine arrow. The arrow struck all three cities at once. The reign of the Asurs came to an end. The reign of terror and arrogance came to an end. Gods rejoiced. Cosmic order found a balance again. The era of Tripura ended, and the legend of Tripurantak began. Do support us, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share what you liked about this story in the comments below.